All About You is all about YouTube, the website that seems to contain all the world. Just about the only thing YouTube users haven't seen is what goes on inside YouTube itself. This morning, Rita Braver takes us on the first YouTube television tour ever.
It's not news to say that we're living through challenging times.
From politics to just plain fun, YouTube has become the world's virtual town square, the place where anyone can see and be seen.
Did you ever think it would become as pervasive as it is now?
No, I mean, you can't prepare yourself for that.
Later on Sunday morning, how one website revolutionized online viewing and our culture at the same time.
The video is called 500 Years of Female Portraits in Western Art. You never know what you're going to find on YouTube, the website that's all about you and anybody else who has a video to share. Rita Braver takes us on a special tour of this internet hotspot.
Is this real life?
Yeah, this is real life.
Maybe you've sent or been sent a YouTube video.
Ow! Ow, Charlie! Ow!
Or you've rushed to your computer to see the latest YouTube sensation.
I dreamed a dream in time gone by.
Or you've heard how stars, like the lead in Broadway's current revival of West Side Story, were discovered on YouTube.
En el mundo que me va a alcanzar.
YouTube seems to be everywhere, so it's hard to believe that it's just 4 years old.
How old were you when you started the company?
Let me think. How old was I? 28, I think. I think it's so long ago.
So now you're an old man of 32.
Yeah, I'm old. Yeah.
Chad Hurley is the only one of 3 friends who founded YouTube, now involved in day-to-day operations.
Really, it's evolved a lot over the years, and yeah, it's been a crazy ride.
And an internet revolution since A Day at the Zoo, the first YouTube video ever posted.
So we have 300 here. Globally, we have an additional 300 people. So, you know, in total, about 600 people trying to work on YouTube.
That's 10 times the staff of just 2 years ago, with new headquarters in San Bruno, California. This is the first ever television glimpse behind the scenes here. And yes, this is a typical day at the office. But it's also a place with a serious mission. And the story of YouTube is also the story of vast change in how we communicate.
Ultimately, there is now the possibility of participating in a way that we haven't been able to participate in the past. And I think that's how history will remember this moment.
Mike Wesch is an anthropologist at Kansas State University who actually teaches a course about YouTube.
It's not just user-generated content, but it's user-generated everything. It's like a stage, a podium, a pulpit. It's all of these things.
People like Gary Bralsma, known as the Numa Numa Kid, have used YouTube to express themselves to the world. This video has been viewed more than 83 million times.
And if you look on YouTube today, you'll find probably no less than 50,000 renditions of the Numa Numa dance.
Silly as these are, Wesch says they're actually a reaction to watching television in a passive way.
We had spent several decades sort of desperate to jump on stage, feeling really insignificant because all of these conversations of significance are happening on TV and we don't have a say in them.
Having a say on YouTube became critical in last year's elections. Folks here call this amateur video of Virginia Republican Senate candidate George Allen using a derogatory term, the birth of YouTube politics.
This fellow here over here with the yellow shirt, Macaca, or whatever his name is,
that video went viral so quickly. It got passed around and really was the downfall of George Allen's campaign. And I think at that point, politicians realized, wow, this is a force to be reckoned with. We need to be aware of our surroundings, aware of what's happening, because everyone is a reporter now.
YouTube's Olivia Ma says the site was also how word got out about Barack Obama's controversial former minister, Jeremiah Wright.
No, no, no. Not God bless America. God damn America.
It does make it like a public conversation, like a public square where people are debating all sorts of stuff, sharing, their art, sharing their opinions.
People can even create their own channels, really just storing all their videos in one place. Lots of folks have them, from aspiring chefs to public officials.
It's not news to say that
Barack Obama now has his own official White House channel. The Pope recently came on and set up a Vatican channel. The Queen of England has been on YouTube for some time.
One of the features of growing old is heightened awareness of change.
To get an idea of just how big YouTube has become, think about this. 15 hours of video are uploaded onto the site every single minute of every single day. Using YouTube is free, but managing and storing all this video is expensive.
Running low on cash, and we needed a lot more people to make this possible. Yeah, they're recording.
So 2.5 years ago, Chad Hurley and his partners sold YouTube to Google for $1.65 billion in stock.
Now, for a long time, there was no advertising on YouTube. What's changed since it's been sold to Google?
The advertising. That's the one thing that's changed.
Now, YouTube executives like Jordan Hoffner are trying to figure out how to make the site pay off. They can't legally sell advertising on any material unless they have copyright permission.
We get license from them to put their content up on the site in exchange for an ad revenue share, and that's how it works. And we've done literally thousands of these partnerships.
With lots of big companies like the NBA and CBS. Even MGM will soon put whole films on the site. But everyday people who make original videos can make money too, like an Oklahoma kid called Fred.
Oh, and in case you didn't notice, I got my old Fred shirt color back. Yay!
This is a great example of, this is a guy who has found an audience, and they wait for his content to come up.
Peace out, home dog.
Earning a few cents per click brings Fred some welcome money, but it may not be enough to sustain YouTube. Some analysts claim the site is still not making a profit. The company won't comment on that, but Hoffner says it's just a matter of time before advertisers realize YouTube's potential.
We have more professional content than anybody else on the internet.
Really? Wow, fabulous. Great idea. Fantastic.
We run ads on that content. So all we have to do is make sure that that content is viewed by the tens of millions of people who come to the site.
But though YouTube is by far the most popular video sharing site, with a global reach that brings in 100 million views per month, becoming too commercial could have repercussions.
A big driver for us along the way has been being very paranoid that you're potentially one click away from someone going someplace else to view a video, and that we really concentrate on the community, the user, kind of what they're looking for.
As a way of involving users, the company took the unprecedented step of holding online auditions for a one-time only YouTube orchestra. 3,000 tried out from 70 countries. A panel of professionals chose the finalists. Then YouTube users voted for the 90 orchestra members, including 17-year-old bassoonist Wade Sufel of Pearland, Texas.
After school, I came home, took my little brother's camera, hooked it up to the laptop, and just recorded.
And pianist Tino Balsamello, a local government official from Italy.
I'm very happy. Io sono onorato, felice e onorato di suonare, to play for YouTube Orchestra in the Carnegie Hall. Carnegie Hall is
You may have heard the YouTube Symphony. Led by famed conductor Michael Tilson Thomas, on stage at Carnegie Hall. Quite a platform for YouTube.